Alright, what's up? I'm Ayan. Today I will show you how to install Windows 11 on your low-end systems, because Windows 11 has a lot of high expectations and also requires a lot of high-end components like TPM, higher RAMs and CPUs not supported, but that is all gonna change with the use of TINY11. This is the stripped down modified version of Windows 11 Pro, the latest version, and it has everything and has removed a lot of things. So the best thing about this is that it requires 8 GB of space compared to the 20 plus GB of the original Windows 11 Pro, which is really great, and it does not require TPM and also has support for all the CPUs. You can also use it on your low end hardwares which do not know how to run Windows 11 original version. So let's go to this website, link will be given in the description, and download the TINY11 file, ISO file. So the ISO file is now downloading. To make a beautiful USB, we are going to need this tool called Ventoy. I will provide this link in the description so you can download it for yourself. So as I'm using a Windows 10, so I will be dual booting my Windows 10 system with Windows 11 just to try out how well this TINY11 works. I may not be switching it to it permanently, but I will be using it just for fun. So let's go to our settings to show you that my system is not currently supported. As you can see, this PC does not currently meet the minimum requirements for Windows 11. But still, if you want to check more about your system, if it supports Windows 11 Pro or not, just go to this website, link will be given in the description, and download the PC Health Check app. This Health Check app will help you to determine the components of your system and help you if you can update to Windows 11 or not. Some people really do want to use Windows 11. I'm not one of them, of course. Let's install this PC Health Check app. Wait for the installation to complete. Okay, Windows PC Health Check app is now installed. Let's open it up. Now you can see the information about your system. Now how are we going to find out? Okay, we're gonna click on check now. Here you can see this my PC does not currently meet because I do not have TPM and my processor is not in the list, but other things are just working fine. So if your TPM is the only reason that you cannot install Windows 11 or your CPU is not supported, too old, you can still use TINY11 on your system. So let's just wait for the download to complete and then we will get ready. Okay, so TINY11 is fully downloaded alongside Ventoy. So we are going to now extract Ventoy first. Let me just go to 7-zip and extract Ventoy. Let's open it up and then and then we need to open up the Ventoy to disk option. Let's open it up. Now all we need to do is connect our USB drive. Okay, now the USB drive is connected but it is not yet readable here. Now let's click the refresh option and now it is detected. If you already have Ventoy installed, you just don't need to install it, simply just update it. But if you want to install, you need to follow this option. I am installing again. It will remove everything on my USB drive and install Ventoy on it. But if you have already installed Ventoy, you do not need to install it again. If you really want to update it, you can update Ventoy, but updating Ventoy does not remove anything, which is really great about this software. You can update it as much as you want, but you do not mess with the ISO files at all. Now I'm gonna click update just to show you that it does not remove anything on my USB drive. This is how you can update Ventoy on it. Ventoy is the best software that I use for bootable USB. Okay, now it is now installed. Now all we need to do is send the TINY11 ISO file to Ventoy to my USB disk, and then you can boot it right from here. By this we do not need to make a bootable USB drive again and again. Simply one step is good. We just need to place the files in the USB drive. Now let's wait for the files to copy over and then we will get on to our next setup. So after everything is done, we need to just close everything up. And if you want to dual boot your Windows 10 with TINY11, just to know if TINY11 is worth your time, just make a simple bit of partition. Go to disk management and shrink a volume just to install TINY11 on it, so you can dual boot with your Windows 10 and do not have to use your Windows 10 before upgrading to Windows 11. So go to disk management, enter the amount of storage that you want, and then hit shrink. But right here I am having a problem. The problem is that Windows is not letting me shrink down any of the disk. If this happens to you, you can use another trick. Just use the another tool that I have right here. Let me open it up. We can use the mini partition tool, MiniTool partition widget. This helps you to do any changes to your disk managements. It is really better than Windows own disk management software. So that is why I will be using it, because Windows was not letting me shrink the volume. So let's shrink the volume a little bit and create another disk. And now I have gonna hit apply. I will provide the link to this tool in the description, so you can download it for yourself and make a separate partition for TINY11, and you need to install TINY11 on it. Okay, now let's open up disk management to see if that works or not. As you can see, we have another partition, the G partition. Let's go to this PC and see if it is there or not. Yep, there it is. Another partition which will be using to install TINY11 on it. Now all we need to do is to shut down our system and go to the boot menu. On my laptop I am using the legacy key to go to boot menu, but you can go to BIOS and then go boot right from the USB. Okay, now I have selected my USB. It is giving the Ventoy interface. Let's select TINY11 on it and boot in normal mode. You can search for your laptop specifically just to how to go to the boot menu and boot from USB. That will help you a lot, because I cannot show you right here because this laptop has a legacy key which many of your laptops might not have. Search it for yourselves. Now let's wait for the setup to boot up, and then we will start the installation. Well, that took its time, and now we have a really normal looking Windows setup interface. Now let's hit next, because we do not want to change the settings right here. Let's go and hit next, and here we have the something that you always agree to. And now here we need to find the partition that we just created. So this is the partition. It needs to be 52 or larger, but I will not be really caring about that for now. You can also extend it later if you really want to continue using Windows 11 Pro, which is TINY11 right here. Now let's wait for the installation to proceed. Okay, so here we are onto the next step. Here you can see we have, oh no, I have been given 3 options because I already installed TINY11 just to see if it works or not. Just simply select Windows 11 or just wait for it to do its job. Everything will be just fine. Or if you wanna go back to your previous Windows, simply select those Windows option in the options given in the start of your PC. And please remember, these options always appear whenever you start your PC, which means you can select whichever operating system you want. Just have to restart your system or turn on your system. Very well, moving on to our next step. Let me speed it up for you guys. Okay, so it restarted again and now it is giving me the option of choosing Windows 11, the previous installation, or Windows 10. So I will be using Windows 11 just to install TINY11 on my system right now. Let's speed it up again. This was to show you guys that you can change it whenever you want. Now let's wait a moment and the installer will come up shortly. Okay, now here we are in the welcome screen. All we need to do is select your region that you live in. For in my case, I will be selecting Pakistan. So let's search for Pakistan here and select it and hit yes. Well, here we go. Now let's see what is the next step. Yep, this is the right layout for my keyboard. And no, I do not want to add second keyboard layout. If you want to use internet connection, which I do not recommend upon installation, just sit and go to I do not have internet. This will not install any bloatware or extra apps, so continue with limited setup so your Windows 11 or the TINY11 is at its maximum performance. Now let's type in our name. In my case, my name is the channel's name. I'm gonna type it here. So I will be putting a password. You can use any password that you want. Here we go, and here we go again. Okay, the next step is the security questions. You can use whichever security question that you want. For in my case, I will be putting my name on every security question that arrives in front of me. So every question, my name is good for you. Yep, this is just a something to just keep it going. You can please make sure you answer those questions correctly in case you forget your password, so do not forget your password. Thank you. So for privacy settings, I support full on privacy, so I will be turning every single option here off. Okay, see what's next. Let me scroll down a little bit. The pointer speed is really slow, I don't know why, but you can change it in the settings, or you can just install those drivers and everything will be good to go. Okay, now let's double check if everything is off. Yep, everything is off in the privacy settings. Let's hit accept and we are good to go. Okay, now it is just waiting for a little minute, getting things ready for us, and it will start up soon. Well, seriously guys, there is always too much noise when I am making videos or just trying to do a voiceover. My luck, I guess. Okay, finally, so we are almost there, and here we go. The Windows 11 installed on your very low-end PC, and it does not require any TPM, any higher RAMs or storage, simply pure low-end hardware. You saw it that my laptop does not meet the minimum requirements. It does not have TPM 2.0 or it does not support the CPU requirements, but still I managed to install TINY11 on my system and everything is just working really fine. Now I can eject my USB and then remove my USB. TINY11 is now perfectly working and installed on my system. So next steps that we need to do, check the performance of it. Yep, this might be slow at first because everything is happening in the background, but no way, this is really not that slow at all. This is really great. I wish I could just copy these features, and also I will be installing OBS Studio first of all. This is gonna be my first step, just to stop using my phone and enjoy the recording clean and simple. Let's install OBS Studio. Yes, wait for the installation to complete. I am not cutting anything, so you make sure I did not skip any step, and I am doing it just fine. Okay, so it looks like OBS Studio is finally installed. Is it me or is it just looking better on Windows 11? Let's optimize it for recording. Yep, next, and let's wait for the testing to happen, and then we need to apply those settings. Let's wait for it. Man, this is taking so long. Does it always take so long? I guess so. Okay, now this is the settings, and let's apply them. And now we need to add the resource, source. I'm gonna be adding display capture. Hit OK. This is good. Automatic capture cursor is on. You can also change it to however you want. Let's try and see if Windows 10 version works or not. Yep, the Windows 10 is also working. Now let me just start the recording and move to the recording portion. Okay, finally we are into the screen recording, and this is so much nicer than my phone's recording because I have an LCD display and that does not really look so good. Okay, now first of all we need to do is connect to our Wi-Fi. Let me just connect to my Wi-Fi, and then we can connect to the internet and install those drivers. I'm also be going to show you how to install them, so just wait for it. Well, you do not have to install them. Windows 10 and Windows 11 automatically install those drivers, and I have just put the wrong code. I don't know why. Let me try that again. I am living in a hostel and this Wi-Fi is just very slow. Well, not that slow, but still not that great at all. Oh yeah, what is wrong with me? I just can't connect to the internet, guys. Let me try and turning it off, and then so what was the password? I guess this is going to be the correct password. Yep, I did enter the wrong password 2 times in a row. Okay, now it is finally connected to the internet and it is working just fine. Let's go to the settings. Okay, not here. Oh, here you can see in the notification panel, and this notification panel is so clean. The drivers are now installing themselves, and this is the widget folder. You can add widgets if you want to, but I do not want to install widgets right now. Yep, I do not have the display drivers installed, that is why it is acting so slow. And let's hit settings and go to Windows Update first. Let's see how many apps there are. There are so little apps. It has removed almost everything from here. Yep, OneDrive is still there, but who uses OneDrive? Now, in case you want to use OneDrive, it's still there, and you might be able to uninstall it on your own. Okay, let's hit about and see the settings. So this is my everything about my system. I also need to rename my system back to my own name. Let's hit apply, and yep, I will restart it later. I do not want to disturb the screen recording right just now. Okay, so this is the Windows 11 Pro running actually, and it is activated. Very good. This is the pre-activated modified version of Windows and actually the stripped down version. Let's see if the Windows update works or not. Okay, Windows update is working and we are waiting for the display drivers to install. They will take some time because I just connected to the internet and my internet is really slow today. Anyway, let's check out some other settings as well. So there is nothing really else here that matters. Okay, what should do I know now? Okay, let's go to Edge. Also, if you really want to I'm not gonna. No, I do not want to share my data with you, Microsoft. Sorry, Microsoft, but thanks anyways. I really want to keep it to the minimum settings possible, just to make it sure that it is fast as possible. This is really slow right now because everything is just happening in the background after installation. This takes time, but when everything is done, let's see and check. Okay, what should I check now here? I can change the background colors. Let's turn on the dark mode first. Okay, I can. I like this wallpaper. Yep, this one's way better. No, this is personal things, you know. So in the color, here we have the dark mode. Finally! Thank God. Okay, let's see if the Windows update got anything for us. Okay, Windows update is working. Congratulations. This is what really matters. Everything, this is the graphics driver. I mean the Intel drivers for my display drivers. And then after these are installed, everything will be getting faster. Okay, it's starting to be a little tiny bit of fast. Okay, if you want to manually install the drivers, here is something that I can check. Oh, sorry, manually, not drivers, the apps. Go to your Ninite. I will provide this link in the description. Search for your web browsers and documents softwares that you really want to use on your PC. These are some, yep, Steam here, VLC, and other things. I really use 7-zip. So there are some basic programs, basic apps that you can install in one go. I have also made a tutorial on how to use Ninite to install and update all of your apps at once. I really use Ninite whenever I freshly install Windows. I really love this file explorer, man. Yep, network, I did not set it up. Okay, so this is my old Windows 10 and this is my new Windows 10. This is my other partitions. Okay, let's see, check the disk management. Yep, display drivers are still taking time to install. Okay, everything is just fine. The recorder is working fine. Let's minimize that. And now let's see, what shall we do now? I think I am just waiting for the drivers to completely installed, and then I will show you if the settings and speed is correct or not. It is. Yep, this task switcher is working fine. Yep, you can also use your Microsoft Store, which if you are into Microsoft Store, which I do not use most of the time. I just simply use it to keep my apps up to date. Here is some accessibility settings. I cannot change settings because the drivers are not yet installed. They are taking time to install. Well, I already used and to check if it is working correctly or not. I always keep my microphone off because I do not use it very often. Okay, here is some Microsoft Defender. Yep, I do not want to set up OneDrive and I am saying yep most of my time. Really screwed myself right here. Okay, we can wait for the Microsoft Store to open up, or it will open up soon. Trust me guys, it works. I used it, so you do not have to worry about losing your Microsoft Store access. Everything is just working fine. This is just a stripped down version of Windows, and Windows Update works. This is really the actual Windows you can use on a really low end PC. The best thing about is that it bypasses the TPM. TPM was a really headache when Windows 11 came out, and yep, those headaches are now in the past. You can use TINY11 and use Windows 11 on every PC you want. Okay, so what else? Let's go to about once again. There is nothing else much to see here, so nope, nothing here. You can use Ethernet and things like that. Nothing really changed. This is just a lot of the junk is removed. Oh wow, I really want to change my start menu options. Nope, not this. I want to change my start on the, I don't know, where is this taskbar? Where is that option that I'm looking for? Nope, not here. Yeah, taskbar behaviors. Yep, this is what I'm talking about. This is the real deal. I really wanted to move my, just to mimic the feelings of Windows 10, because Windows 10 is still GOAT. Okay, let's check out some apps. Nope, not now. Say it is, you can use your Microsoft account if you are into that, but I never use Microsoft account. I always use my local account. I do not want to get some junk installed on my system right now. You can use Xbox Game Bar if you are a gamer and record your gameplays like I do. Okay, so I think your PC does not meet the minimum requirement for captures. HDR support is lacking on my system. That is why it is not showing my captures, but it does capture. Or you can use other apps like OBS Studio that I am using right now to capture your gameplays. Okay, what else? Nothing else, I guess. So this is everything that you need to know about TINY11. And this will take time to install those, and this let's check out Windows Update. Okay, now it is installed, I guess. Let's go ahead and install it again. Microsoft Store is taking so much time, I don't know why. Looks like I will have to install it again. Okay, so nothing else to check here. I am just scrolling and passing the time. Maybe that's it. Okay, anyway, that's been it. Thanks for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.